Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Bloodsword. Now, when last we left off, we had faced the demoness Echidna in her temple lair, and she put us through the ringer. We endured her savage assault, and in fact, Brother Kern was rendered senseless towards the very end of the encounter. This was the first time that's happened in this playthrough, and hopefully the last. We were able to use the new optional rule that allows characters to recover on 1d6 endurance points if the party was victorious. We used a lot of healing afterwards. We have not used the golden snuff box of Shormiano yet, and I should probably really have used that a lot in this playthrough, but I was too cautious about the low endurance levels that we have at rank 2, and the fact that there was a chance of death when attempting to heal at this low rank. So it's not something you use when people are on 2 or 3 endurance points. It's something you use when you're damaged, but you want a bit of a top-up after a fight. Now, we placed the 2 octagonal glass prisms in the back wall of the temple, and I have removed them from Ariadne's inventory off camera. Now, Ariadne, Brother Kern, and Remy are all exactly 2 endurance points below their maximum. I have made a healing roll for this section already at the end of the last episode, but have not read this section, saving it for now. You trudge across the mist-shrouded plain. Small creatures scuttle away as you approach, but you cannot make out their exact shape under the blanket of ground fog. Passing one of the stone monoliths, you make a quick detour to investigate it. The ancient sigils that cover its cracked surface seem alive with mystical power, but it is a power that is closed to you. Even the modern Magi cannot read these immemorial runes, carved 2 centuries ago by the true Magi, who were slain in the eruption that destroyed the unholy city of Spite. What do they say? I wonder. A voice behind you makes you start. You turn to see the black-armoured warlock who champions Magus Uru. He makes no aggressive move, but bows, saying, Icon, sometimes called the Ungodly, at your service. I have seen what is ahead, and I believe that if we unite together, we stand a chance of reaching the Emblem of Victory. Separately, we shall surely fail. I suggest an alliance which is permitted by the rules of the contest, as you know. We shall have to share the prize, but even a shared prize is more than enough to make us rich. We may agree to join forces with Icon, or reject his offer of alliance. However, Sir Alwyn the Warrior is from an ancient and noble line. He is bound by the codes of chivalry, and Icon, while an enemy, has approached us under parley, under truce. If we reject his offer of alliance, would that lead to immediate hostilities? If so, if we assault him in this moment of peace, we have acted dishonourably. And while that's something Remy would be all in favour of, it's something Sir Alwyn would not contend. Brother Kern the Sage would also probably point out that if we continue together with no bloodshed, that's a lot safer than fighting right now. And Ariadne the Sorceress is probably fairly neutral on the subject. So, it's also worth noting that the warrior can suffer an experience point penalty if acting dishonourably. So we will countenance his offer. This is a new section, so we can attempt to heal, and we absolutely should. A sensible decision, replies Icon. I see no reason to divide our forces when victory is so close at hand. Let our motto then be, Trust shall prevail. And while we trust him, Brother Kern would also like to attempt a 1-point healing, because we are not at our full capacity. 5. So that is 3 points. He will keep the point he has regained, give 1 point to Remy, and 1 point to himself, because he is slightly more likely to be exposed to danger than Ariadne. If anyone in the party is wounded, turn to section 51. Well, here we go. Icon steps forwards and shakes hands. First, let me attend to those wounds, he suggests. We shall need to be at full strength for the dangers we must yet face, and a small application of healing sorcery is what is needed here. He raises his hands and begins to chant in Harada, the language of his native land of Yamato. Seconds later, he gives a grin of feral mirth as noxious vapours trail across the ground towards you. He has cast the Mists of Death, and every player must try to resist this psychic spell. Anyone who fails loses 2 dice of endurance points, a loss from which armor gives no protection. Seeing the Mists of Death approaching, I feel that Brother Kern should make 1 more healing attempt. Now, he could do this afterwards, after we discover who loses health. However, on the assumption that maybe everyone loses health, and also 2 dice of endurance could be fatal to anyone here. So pumping up our health in advance... Okay. He gets back the point that he spent, and 1 more, which we will give to Ariadne to place her on 9. And now, we'd better pray, because this is going to get really ugly. Sir Alwyn the Warrior has a psychic ability of 6, which means he may not resist this spell. He does resist it valiantly. Let's see how things go for Remy the Trickster. He also manages to resist it. That's 3 fours in a row. I should perhaps be getting suspicious, but I shouldn't complain, as it's time for Brother Kern to make that ability roll. His psychic ability is 7. He has rolled over a 7. That's very unfortunate. Only 3 damage, taking him down to 6 endurance points. And finally, Ariadne the Enchantress, with a psychic ability of 8. Is it not fortunate I did not prepare a spell yet for her? Rolls a 5 and takes no damage. That could have been much worse, and now she absolutely will prepare a spell, as it is obvious that hostilities are about to ensue. We do not yet know what Icon the Ungodly is going to be like, but I'm feeling our good old trusty White Fire spell should be useful here. We have survived this horrific magical sorceress onslaught. It's also worth noting, if you're familiar with this book or not, he only does this if we are wounded. He does not do this to soften us up if we are at full health. He does this to finish us off if we are already damaged, so that he will have less of us to fight. What an absolute bounder he is. He is a cad. Icon suddenly draws his sword and cuts powerfully, a treacherous blow that inflicts 8 endurance points of damage on the first player in battle order. If still alive, you turn with a shout of rage to attack him. Now, 8 points of damage is a lot, on top of the potential endurance loss for failing to resist his spell. It's worth noting, however, that that is an attack with his sword, and it does not say that armor will not protect us, so Sir Alwyn will take 5 points of damage, reducing him to 7 endurance. If he had taken 8, taking him down to 4, that would have been really horrible. Icon only laughs. Ha 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 ha! Surely you did not expect me to show honour to scum such as you. He crouches, ready to meet your attack, hastily casting a spell that covers his black armour with a tracery of red sparks. That is nasty. So he is one of those honour only applies to honourable people. You are not honourable people, so I should not treat you with honour people. And by honourable people, he means people of equal social standing, like knights or something. He considers us to be mere peasants below him that he can dispatch easily. Icon of the Ungodly has a fighting prowess of 8, psychic ability of 8, so reasonable resistance. 2 dice plus 2 damage, the same as Echidna. An awareness of 7, placing him after Remy, so we have more freedom here. And position 3 adjacent, that's really bad. An armor rating of 2 and an endurance of 28. Icon is immune to the enthrallment spell. He has cloaked himself in a spell of retributive fire. Anyone who strikes him in close combat with a sword, for example, but not with an arrow, is burned by this, losing 1 endurance point regardless of armor. This is going to be a challenging combat. So I'll go away, sort out a map. Misty Plain. The mist is from the volcanic vents below, however, so it's not necessarily like a cold mist. There's no edges, no fleeing, so it'll just be a straight up fight, which means this is even more deadly than the combat of Echidna, because we don't get to run away on low health if we lose. So yeah, I'll go away, sort out a map, make up a little token for him, listen to a bit of inspiring combat music to make myself feel that I've got a chance, and I'll be back soon. Obviously you won't hear the music for copyright reasons, but hey, that's how it goes on YouTube. See you in a bit. Here we are. We have our mostly dry and arid plain with standing stones. We've got our 4 heroes here, and Icon the Ungodly himself, all the way from Yamato. If you pay attention to the numbers in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, you'll notice it's tomorrow night. Yeah, family troubles cropped up, and I had to stop recording and wasn't able to continue until now. Speaking of now, we're in a bit of a situation here. I've flagged Icon as a player character rather than NPC, just so we'll get initiative notifications when it is his turn. Now, his psychic ability, awareness, and endurance are all lower than those of Echidna, our previous mighty foe. However, his fighting prowess, damage, and armor are all exactly the same. With an awareness of 7, he will no longer be simultaneous with Remy the Trickster. However, he will still be going before anyone else. Additionally, that means that he will be making his first attack before either Sir Alwyn or Brother Kern gets a turn to defend themselves, and Brother Kern is wounded. So this could turn very ugly very quickly. We're going to need to get Remy into base-to-base contact to provide a third target very quickly. So, Remy will move. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. It has occurred to me that I could go to the map and change the distance per square to 1 instead of 5 feet, just so we could count squares easier, but it's not that important at the moment. As this is diagonal, there's no contact. Because Remy's moved, he can't fire an arrow. Icon the Ungodly will select a target, 1 for Sir Alwyn, 2 for Brother Kern. And he goes for Brother Kern. This could all be really nasty. So, let him strike. And he hits, and 2d6 plus 2 damage. 7 minus 2 armor is 5 damage, placing Brother Kern on 1 and only 1 endurance point. He's still in the fight, even though it really doesn't feel like it. At this point, Sir Alwyn and Brother Kern will both defend. If Brother Kern stops defending at any point during this fight, he may die. If he continues defending, there's still a chance he might die, it's just a much smaller chance. Ariadne will attempt to cast the white fire spell she has prepared. A 5 is successful, so let's see how much damage she can inflict on Icon the Ungodly. We should remind ourselves, because it is like, you know, the following night, that anyone who strikes Icon in close combat will take a point of damage from the spell of Retributive Fire. This is not close combat. This is 2d6 plus 2 points of pain. 12 points, 10 straight through the armor, takes him down to 18 endurance. That is a massive difference. And now Remy will bravely receive the initiative, saunter in, using quick thinking, to try and save Brother Kern's life. Because he's moved in, he has to make an attack, which means he might get attacked and could potentially be killed with a very high damage roll. He is also, however, using Blutgetranke, the magic sword. So his fighting prowess has been increased to an 8. A 6 is a hit. This is why he could be killed, because he's just hit him and lost a point of endurance, which will take him down to 10, which means a damage roll of 10 could kill. However, he's also dealing damage with the magic sword. 6 points is good. 4 points off 18 goes down to 14, which means that in the first combat round, Icon the Ungodly has been reduced to half his starting health. We're not out of the woods yet, though. Now that it's Remy's turn again, at the start of round 2, he could attack again at the risk of being hit for a blow that could possibly kill him and taking another point of damage, or he could defend again. I think we'll defend, which makes it Icon's turn. Now that we have 3 targets, it's going to be 1 for Remy, 2 for Sir Alwyn, and 3 for Brother Kern. He strikes at Sir Alwyn, who's in... He's already stabbed him, to be fair. But he is defending. And Sir Alwyn puts up a good defence. Good enough that Icon does not break through it. Sir Alwyn and Brother Kern will continue defending, and Ariadne will consider... The Eye of the Tiger would be very good here if Brother Kern was not on 1 endurance point. She might go for the Sword Thrust spell, which is harder to cast than White Fire. I think I will. I think I'm going to risk it. Now remember that Sword Thrust is a complexity level 2 spell, so it'll be harder to cast. But if she can cast it, and if Remy and Sir Alwyn are feeling confident, we may be able to drop our foe very quickly indeed. Remy will obviously defend. Icon the Ungodly will select a new target. Oh, he goes for Brother Kern. This could be tragic. Come on, miss. Yes! Brother Kern puts up a good defence. The blade bites into his staff a few times, but he manages to fend it off. Deflects it. There might be a couple of notches. He might need to get a new staff later on. Sir Alwyn will not attack, because he too could be killed by an average dice damage roll. Brother Kern will absolutely defend because he has 1 endurance point, and honestly, this is going surprisingly well. Ariadne is now going to drop the ball by trying to cast Sword Thrust. She has a current psychic ability of 7, meaning on 2 dice plus 2, complexity level 2, she's going to have to roll really low. So, unbelievably, against the odds. Oh my goodness. That is quite impressive. So 4 plus 2 is 6. The dice just love her on casting. I should be a bit more confident with higher complexity spells. Now, okay. Well then, that's going to be 3 dice. 3d6 plus 3 damage. 13 points. Minus 2 armor is going to be 11. Drops Icon down to 3 endurance. At which point, Remy will defend. I need to remove the spell because she's cast it. And Icon the Ungodly will choose his target. Quite probably his last. He goes for Sir Alwyn. Alright. Everyone's defending. 13 is higher than an 8. Now, the question is, do we think we can do 3? He's got 2 armor as well, so that's 5. Disgustingly, I think we might want to keep up the defense. Oh, for one more round while she prepares another spell. Right, Sir Alwyn and Remy could potentially hit with a fighting prowess of 8. We've got reasonable odds of hitting. D6 is going to be like 3 or 4, so 1 or 2. This is a big gamble, and I don't want to make the same mistake I did when fighting Echidna, which led to Brother Kern being laid low. However, we are in the situation where we could attack him. He could drop one of us. We could finish him. And safely invoke the new rule and survive on a very low endurance level. That being said, there may yet be more troubles and foes ahead of us, so we will continue the defense, and Ariadne will prepare a meager complexity level 1 white fire spell. There we go. Remy will continue defending on the off chance that he is attacked, and Icon the Ungodly will roll a d3 and target Brother Kern again. This is sadism. But with a 15, he does not get through the Sage's valiant defense. Alright. Now Sir Alwyn will risk it. We'll go for an attack. I shouldn't. I should hold off until after... Right. Because it's simultaneous on Initiative 6, Ariadne will attempt to cast her spell. 2d6 plus 1, because it is a level 1 spell. Oh my god, she's done it. Nobody else needs to hit him and take damage. Unless she rolls phenomenally low, the white fire deals 10 points of damage, 8 after armor, burning him away. I will leave him here with no endurance for future reference and clear the initiative order. Clear. Remove all. Everyone will eat food. Brother Kern will eat some of... Okay, Remy's got some food. Sir Alwyn has 2. Yes. So Ariadne will eat 1 portion of food. Clear her white fire spell, although it's proved to be a very potent spell so far, and that actually restores her to full endurance. Remy will eat 1, taking him up to 11. Sir Alwyn will eat 1, taking him up to 8. And Brother Kern will eat 1, taking him up to 2. Now, 2 is technically high enough to attempt healing rolls. But if I roll a 1 or 2, that's really bad. Speaking of 1s and 2s, I think the time has come to open the golden snuff box of Shormiano and pray Brother Kern doesn't die. So we shall roll for Sir Alwyn. As a reminder, the way the golden snuff box works is everybody is forced to roll. On a 1 to 2, they take 1d6 points of damage. On a 3 to 6, they recover 1d6 points of damage. This is all for Brother Kern's benefit. Also, food has been consumed and should be removed. Hers already has. But we should turn to the next section. No, I'm opening this now because I have to. Right, Sir Alwyn. Gains health. Gains 3 points, taking him back up to 11 endurance. It's a nice top up when you're healthy. Remy the Trickster loses 2 points. The one that really matters, Brother Kern, gains anything is good. 4 points. Look, he's alive and capable of healing. And Ariadne loses 4 points, going back down all the way down to 6. Oh, okay. 377. You deal the death stroke, but amazingly, Icon does not fall. He reaches down, ashen face, contorted in pain, and pulls the weapon out of the wound. My magic shall sustain me until I have time to heal, he groans, forcing each word through a snarl of pain. But I must retreat to lick my wounds, and so you have prevented me from reaching the Emblem of Victory. He also burps, apparently. Be warned that Icon remembers his foes. Glaring coldly at you as blood trickles from his mouth, he spits the words of power of a spell and transforms himself into a red mist, quickly seeping away across the cave floor. No doubt you will be meeting him again, you think ruefully. One item he was carrying was not transformed by the vaporization spell. A bronze mallet. If you want this, remember to note it down. Glancing towards the atoll, you see no sign of any other parties. Nothing now can stop you winning the contest. Sir Alwyn will take the bronze mallet. There we go. Also, Brother Kern will rather dangerously sacrifice a point of endurance to heal everyone. Oh, shh. Okay, if he gets down... Look, it is what it is, okay? Okay. How am I doing for time? I think I may be doing relatively well. You approach a remarkable sight. A large basalt platform hangs suspended in the air, apparently unsupported, 50 meters above the cavern floor. On the ground directly underneath it stands a bronze gong. If you took the bronze mallet that Icon was carrying and wished to use it now, turn to section 508. If you would rather head straight on for the Emblem of Victory, turn to 238. I will use the mallet, but I'll also use the opportunity to heal on the off chance I won't roll a 1 or 2 again. Okay. Brother Kern is living really dangerously here. You know what? as we raise the bronze mallet to strike the bell, I think I'm going to end the episode here. It's a good narrative stopping point before what is to come. We have faced and defeated Icon the Ungodly. We rushed him down pretty hard and fast in the first couple of rounds. Then it slowed to a defensive stalling game. I will move the heroes back to the Grasslands map, which I should probably rename at some point, to be honest. I'll get rid of these ones, because we don't need them. 120? No. 29? No. 27? Yes. There we go. Let's get everyone back in here. And ready to go next time. And you know what? Because it's so early, I'll end the episode now, but I'll record the next one straight afterwards. I'll probably have a bit of a drink first, because my throat's getting a little bit dry. Alright, well, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this one. We were betrayed by a vile snake of a warlock, and we endured his malicious sorcerous assault and his sword blade. In fact, only Brother Kern felt its steel, and he is not in the best of shapes. He can try one more healing attempt, then he has to just stop. Maybe we'll find some kind of healing item. Or if we can get into it, you know what? I'm going to move him to the back to reduce the chance of him being in danger the next time we get to a fight. Because he's just too badly banged up right now. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next episode. I'll say bye-bye for now, and cheerio everyone. See you all soon.